This is interesting, because not only do I have him, I have all these people starting to come in. So I'm like, listen, all right, Margaret's still over there, Wesley is still over there, Frank kind of came along, okay? But now I have all these other people lining up, which means I might be doing a bleed through. How are you? I feel very drawn to you, honey. Here's the mother energy for you. I keep getting the mother energies trying to bring people in, which means it could be grandmother, so I'm going to leave it for a minute, okay? Perfect. And do you recognize the name Margaret? Perfect. Okay, that's why I'm here. And as well? Perfect. Frank, Margaret. And it could be there's another one that's going to piggyback with the same name. That's why I felt like I wanted to come over here. Because she was standing there, and then I got to talk about Margaret, so she's starting to bring her energy. And who's Margaret for you? Perfect. Remember I said mother energy, mother energy. Perfect. So she's already validated the connection and given me her name. You spent time with her? Did she say 3 times spent? Because when we talk about those older generations, whether it's grandparent, whether it's great-grandparent, they'll make me feel there's time spent or not, because some people can actually never even have that connection with a grandparent or a great-grandparent. But she's very strong connected to you. So I'm going to go back and forth between the two of them. And that's perfectly fine. Wonderful. So they already make me feel the Franks to come to you. That's why I was getting her, because you guys are next to each other. That's why I was getting the Margaret, because they were parking the two of you right beside each other and just being like, okay, this is who's going to come through. Wonderful. Okay. So you understand the chest complications with him? He's saying to you sudden in the end. Do you understand it? Perfect. So I'm going to be there for just a moment. And who's the father energy for you, honey? There's a grandfather stepping in just behind him. Huh? Okay, either one. Perfect. There's, just like I have Margaret with her, and there's a whole line here. I have Frank, and then there's a grandfather energy, father energy just behind him, okay? So I'm going to take it, I'm going to have to take it slow, because I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between your bloodlines. Wonderful. Margaret says to me she's been gone for quite some time. Perfect. Did they call her something else besides Margaret? Because I feel like I want to shorten her name. So whether it's Marge or Peggy, or it's like shorter. Do you understand? When they'll always give me their proper name, and then I feel like if I want to shorten it, that means they're called something different. And sometimes that can even just be a childhood nickname, so it's perfectly fine. Okay? All right. As I'm sitting here, and I'm feeling her, and I'm feeling Frank, and I'm going to start going back and forth between the two of them. Who's the one that knows the person that lost the baby because they're putting me in a hospital room and I feel like the baby's being taken off of life support? And I'm literally sitting with the image right in front of me. Does anybody recognize that? Remember, it can be a friend or someone you work with. So I'm going to leave it for a minute and see if anybody can make the connection. If you recognize they come to me at the end, because I'll get my guy to give information about it. But I'm in the hospital room right now. It's a small baby, just a few months old. Developmental issues with the lungs, something with a hole near the heart, under 4 months passing. All right, I'm going to leave that for just a moment, because I know it's going to ring a bell with somebody before you guys leave, okay? All right, she's making me feel holding the Bible. Okay, good. You're very grounded in your faith. When they make you feel the Bible, that's how I feel. Wonderful. I'm going to leave it for just a moment. All right, I'm asking Frank to step in first. See somebody you expected? Because you just said, she expects me. Do you understand? Wonderful. Good. She expects me. This is in and out of the hospital. He takes me to the hospital door. He makes me lay in the bed. I feel like I'm backing up and walking in again. That's how I know there's in and out of the hospital just prior to the passing. Do you understand it? Wonderful. All right, he's making me lay in the hospital bed. All right, I feel like he's making me feel for just a moment. He used to a mess. A lot of pressure on my chest. Okay. Complications, cardiac. Do you understand it? Wonderful. Because somebody can put pressure on my chest and starts to say chest. And then if they show me lungs and a negative cancer, it can be cardiovascular disease, it can be congestive heart failure, they can start to make me feel like it's a heart attack, it can be lung cancer, It can be pneumonia. There's a lot of different things this can be. Do you understand? He's saying to me cardio, and that's how I know there's the congestion and the breakdown in the chest. Do you understand? Perfect. Starting to see Dilaudid, so he's on medication, and I'm being told he dealt with this for a while. And then it's what caused the shutdown of the system. Do you understand it? Good. That's what it's about. Because I can have someone that makes me feel that pressure, and they're like, I want to have a heart attack. What I feel from him is it's ongoing over the years. Do you understand? Medication. He's an interesting character. A little bit stubborn. Do you understand it? A little bit of a one-track mind, but that's okay. Do you understand that about his personality? Listen, very loving and very open to people, but he has a little bit of a one-track mind. He's saying to me he did the best he could to follow the doctor orders, but he didn't always follow. Do you understand it? Because he's saying to me I didn't take care of myself the way I should have. Do you know what I mean by that? Okay, good. He's starting to step in a little further. He's starting to actually come and stand right behind you. All right, he's starting to try to put his hands on your shoulders, so I'm just going to watch this, okay? All right, I'm just waiting for his next sentence. He's elevating my blood pressure. Elevating my blood pressure. But we're still back and forth with the blood pressure with the levels just before the end. Because he's making me, it's okay because it might be something you don't know. He's starting to make me feel what he went through in the end, so that's perfectly fine. Meaning, shutdown process. Okay, what else do you want to say? You had a chance to say goodbye to him? Because he just said to me, she had a chance to say goodbye to me. And that's how I know whether you're there just prior or in the end, there was that whole chance. Do you understand it? He spoke to you just before, but wasn't really there in the end. That's what he said. Do you understand? Meaning leading up to, he felt knew that the passing was going to happen soon. But he's saying to me in his mind, he wasn't expected to be taken as sudden as he did. Meaning they're talking about the time as far as the progression. Do you understand it? Good. There's so much more I know he wants to talk about. So you're number one person? Okay, because he keeps saying to me, he's the main person for you today. So that's either the only person you hope for or just the person that's going to step in, so it's completely okay. Okay. That's why I felt father energy with him. But I was getting father, but then I was also feeling the grandfather stepping in just behind, meaning there's a father figure up just behind him, helping him to come through. Okay? So it just means there's the message for the family. I'm starting to see the wings in front of his chest, meaning that he's validating that he's at peace. He had more than one child. Because he keeps saying children, children, children. When they say children, and I know that it's not just a message for you and whoever you're attached to, but it's a message for everybody else. When they say children, that's why I know it's not that's not the only child. Okay? He keeps saying to all my children, I'm safe. Wonderful. He's not really a big talker. At least not to me. Do you understand it? Like he could talk and tell stories, but he's not a chatterbox. Listen, I have some men come in sometimes and I'm like, wow, what did your wife do with you? You're more of a talker than she is, and she's the female. You know what I mean? He's not a good talker, but I feel like if you got him on something that he was really passionate about, it was like never ending. Do you understand it? Good. Yeah, he's so nice. All right, he's starting to pull it out. He just keeps saying, please tell the family that I'm safe. And tell them that I love them. There's like a whole line behind him. So many other people that have passed, but for whatever reason, he's the main person I'm making the connection to, and that's perfectly okay. He just ended up being the strongest energy in that line. make me feel like I want to come to Margaret now. And then I'm being told I'm going to start to shift around the room. Okay. And I'm being told I'm going to go to Wesley. And then we're going to start with another V mountain. Okay, good. Okay. Do you recognize this, the name Dominic? Dominic. Very, 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 very clear. Dominic. Two people? Huh? Okay. Okay, good. All right. I'm going to be going over there next. All right, I'm being told I'm pushing over here with Wesley, and that's why I'm picking up Dominic from that same table, meaning for whatever reason that's somebody that's stepping in. All right, I'm asking her to come closer to me now. She's saying to me that she was seen as the matriarch of the family. To understand it? Okay, she is really claiming that proudly. Now, sometimes it could be their perception that they thought they were the matriarch of the family, but when she's claiming it really proudly, it means everyone else felt the same way. Do you understand it? Very, very old school. Now, there's a difference between when they make me feel they're set in their ways or they're old school. She's very old school. Do you understand? Perfect. Very loving, but very structured. I'm starting to see the ruler in that side now. Meaning strict, but loving. Perfect. Do you understand? Wonderful. She's saying to me, people in the family have passed after her, and she ends up being the person that ends up coming to greet everybody. Now, sometimes that can happen. Sometimes somebody can pass, and there's different people that meet different people in the family. For whatever reason, because of the way that she was seen as the matriarch of the family, anytime somebody new passes in the family, she's there to meet them, whoever else comes along. Do you understand? She's calling herself the family greeter. I've never heard anyone talk about that. Do you understand why she's saying that?
Yes. Interesting kind of thing, yes.
Can you explain it to me?
Oh, goodness. Because we had a greeter that was in the family some generations back. And
That's it.
I think she's saying to me, this is the connection. This is my grandmother to the seventh generation. Telling me that greeter so that I will understand.
You understand it. Because there was that told story of the family greeter back to generations 7 back. And now it's her way of saying that she has that same assignment. Do you understand it? Okay, I've never had anyone use those words. I didn't understand it. It's just her saying she greets all the family. And that's the way I take it as far as spirit. But it sounds like it goes deeper into your genealogy because this is something that's been told from you from the 7th generation. I love when they give strong validation like that. It's absolutely wonderful. When they're talking about something that has been a story passed down from 7 generations through the family, that there was a family greeter back then, and it's her way of acknowledging that she's the matriarch and the family greeter for the younger generations. Wonderful. That's what it's about. Perfect. It's just her way of sending love. She said there's so many people here, but for whatever reason, she's the one coming through. And I think it was about that. Just to let you know and feel the comfort that she's there to greet everyone that's coming through in the family, and that they will continue that. Okay? All right, I'm starting to feel her drift off. I'm going to keep coming back to you because they're saying to me there was one other new person coming through, but they're trying to shift me to someone else real quick because they're trying to get me to go over here real quick so then I can shift to the other side. So I'm going to ask my guide what else I can get, but you understand everything she said. Perfect. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to go over here.